Hi everybody, welcome to another Cycling Labs video. I just want to spend a few minutes today talking to you about something, a little activity that I participate in called the British Cycle Quest. No ride footage today, me not going anywhere, just sat at home, chilling. I've been out for a ride this morning, and I just thought I'd do a little quick video about something that I'm passionate about, but I think it's a really good idea. British Cycle Quest is a scheme run by Cycling UK as a way to get people out on their bikes and exploring different parts of the countryside, local to them or farther afield, places they maybe would never have gone before. They refer to it as a competition. I prefer not to refer to it as a competition because there is no competitive element to it, so I tend to refer to it often as a scheme. The quest itself could be best likened to something like cycle orienteering or geocaching. It's a scheme designed to get people out visiting 402 different checkpoints throughout the country and answering a question about each checkpoint, sending those answers into Cycling UK and getting some recognition and reward in the form of certificates, medals, trophies for visiting certain numbers of checkpoints. I think it's 10 checkpoints, 50 checkpoints are certificates, 100, 200, 300 checkpoints are medals, and if you've done the full 402, you get a little trophy to say you've done that. So, how do you get started with it? Well, it's really easy. You go to the Cycling UK website, have a little look around, you'll find the British Cycle Quest page quite easily. If you can't, have a look in the notes at the bottom of the video. You'll find a link to it there. I'll stick a link into enable you to find it quite easily. Once you're at the site, all you've got to do is download the question book. The question book is a PDF. It's easily downloaded on your computer. You can print it out. I printed mine out here, as you can see. So it's quite a thick thing, but you can download it as a PDF and keep it electronically. I like to keep a copy on my phone so that when I actually am out questing and looking for checkpoints, I've got the questions with me. I don't have to try and remember what the questions are when I'm out, or try and take the right page out of the checkbook. I can just look it up quickly on my phone and see what I'm supposed to be doing. And the checkpoints are all in places of, I would say, of interest, should we say, historical interest. Some of them are at National Trust sites. They're all free to enter, so you won't find one in the middle of some stately home that you've got to pay to get into. But they're all at publicly accessible places, and places that are of historical interest, sometimes even scientific interest, or just some sort of general monument or place, let's say, place of interest. So I visited things like the Whipsnade Tree Cathedral. I thought when I saw Whipsnade it would be the zoo, but no. There's something called the Tree Cathedral at Whipsnade, which is a National Trust property, but it's a freely accessible one. So there's a question there. I've had some at a couple of steam railway places. There's one very in the grounds of the Watercress line at Alresford. That's one of the Hampshire ones. There's one at Haven Street on the Isle of Wight. That's also at the steam train place. Lots of churches. There's quite a few churches, those types of places. And some of them are just monuments in the middle of towns or villages and places like that. But the idea is you get out on your bike and you visit some of these places. So, what do you do once you've downloaded your questions? Well, basically, all you have to do is work out where your nearest checkpoint is, cycle out there with your question, find the answer, and you've visited your first checkpoint. And that's all you've got to do. If you don't want any recognition for the checkpoints you visited, you need to do no more than that. Download the question book and go and visit them. If you want the recognition, the certificates, or the medals and the trophies, you need to fill out a question card, and I've got one just here. So once you've got this question card, you buy these. This is where you have to pay a small fee. You buy question cards, little fold-out question cards. There's enough there for 10 answers. So you need 41 cards to complete the entire quest, if there's 10 questions per card. You can buy the whole set. I think I've been doing the quest for 2 years, and I think I paid £15–18, I think something in that region, to buy all the set of cards in one go. I wasn't going to bother buying a few here and a few there. I was fairly certain I was going to do it. But you don't have to buy the cards straight out. If you want to go out, do a little bit of questing, find some checkpoints with the question book you've downloaded to see if you want to carry on, that's fine. Just make a note of the answers, then go and buy some question cards, and and send them in for validation. That's the way Cycling UK really fund the whole thing, is by selling you the question cards. You can also buy a wall chart, which you can see over my shoulder, just here. There's my wall chart. So it's got some, all the counties listed. There are 66 counties or regions, because there's things like the Isle of Wight, Isle of Man that aren't actual counties, I don't think, but are regions. So there are 67 regions and 6 questions per region. So that's where you get your 402 from. And then there's easy just to colour each box in, just so you keep a track of where you've been. Once you've filled your first question card in and got 10 questions done, you can send it off and get a certificate. You get something like that. That's actually my 50 checkpoint certificate, but you get a certificate to say you've done 10, and then another one at 50. And as I say, once you get to 100, 200, 300 and 400, there are medals and trophies. Again, I think there's a little charge for those, but it's not expensive. It's 10 quid, 12 quid, something like that, just to cover the cost of actually getting the medals for that. So once you're out, there's no time limit. You can take years to do this. I should imagine the people that have done this and done all the 402 checkpoints, of which I think there are about 20-25 people that have completed this so far. And I believe this has been going since the mid-90s, so it's been going quite a long time. They must take years to do this. I've been doing it just over 2 years now, and I think I've just about visited 70 checkpoints. You tend to find, if you're anything like me, you'll do the ones that are quite close to home first, and then slowly spiral out. So I did, in the first year, I think I did something like 35 or 40 checkpoints. Quite a few checkpoints, because where I am, it's a fairly small county. I got my county done quickly. I moved off to the neighbouring counties, started doing that. But of course, as you get farther and farther away from home, there's opportunities to get out and go questing. Are slightly fewer and far between, so it has slowed down a little bit. Although this year I'm hoping to get away for some long weekends now, get some of the West Country done. I've got a holiday in Cornwall, there'll be a chance to get some done then. And I've been lucky enough that I've got family a little bit spread out, so I've actually done quite a few in Cheshire now. I've got family in Cheshire, I've got family in Lincolnshire, so I can go away for weekends, a few days, stay with those, and I've been able to do checkpoints that are local to those. As I say, there are no rules. There's only one real rule. You've got to visit the checkpoint on a bicycle. There's no rules about what bike you can use. I've used a road bike. I've used a hybrid touring bike. I've even used a Brompton when I did London. There are 6 in London, and London's a tricky one. And I did London on a combination of Brompton and tube. So I got around parts of the city by tube when it was really busy to get me to various places, so I could visit them on the Brompton. So, but there are no other than that, there are no rules. There's no time limit. Say people take years to do it, and there's no set route either. The route is the route that you want to do. And I think it's been a great scheme for getting. Yeah, it's a great scheme for getting people out there and getting them out on their bikes. I don't know why it doesn't get more publicised more than it does. I talk to lots of people that have been in cycling for years, and I say, oh yeah, I'm going off to do a little bit of British Cycle Quest. I go, what's that? I've never heard of it. This is my little bit of my chance to get people to hear about it, and maybe encourage a few people. You never know. I might even see a few of you out on the road picking up some checkpoints at some point. I also have a blog. I've been doing a little blog about this for the last couple of years. I just want to do it as a little diary I was keeping. So I'll put that in the notes at the bottom as well. There'll be a link to the blog page there, so you guys can go and have a look. And there's a bit of a diary. So I've described the day, taken some photographs. I've got a big archive of all the photographs of all the checkpoint answers. Although I have redacted the actual answer itself in a lot of cases, in all cases. So that nobody could use it as a method for cheating, but it'll be a good resource for people that want to start the quest. That's pretty much all I've got to say. So as always, if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you've got any questions, any comments, especially if it's about the Quest, write them down below, or catch me through my blog. There's a method on there for getting hold of me. You can do that there. And hopefully I'll see you out on the road. Till next time.